Good top of the morning to you. No, let's start over. No morning involved. Morning is a trick word. We're just going to start off with that bombshell of a word. To mourn is to weep or to cry. It's not a good cry today. All right. Now, we're going to speak about the ways on society the way it is now. I don't know if anybody's watching what's going on in the world, but all these wars, all these people that are one-sided, and I no longer call it ego because ego is spirit driven. We're going to say it that way. Selfishness is way better of a word than ego. Yeah, the next time somebody calls me egotistical, I'm going to say thank you very, very much, because ego is driven by soul and spirit. A friend of mine shared a video with me last night, this morning, while I was working, and I watched a series of these videos, and what I heard, I have written about 7 years ago. My beloved, this is out of the Proverbs of Shira, all right, me. And I got made fun of by one person over this by naming it the Proverbs of Shira. It sounds too biblical. Yeah, I bet you it does sound too biblical for you. Not for me, and not for any other believer out there. My beloved, when their thirst and hunger is no longer satisfied by the taste of the blood, then their thirst will be quenched by that of the sweet spirit. There's nothing more grand, nothing more potent, nothing more life absorbing than the devouring of another person's life force. Now, this is why it is written in the Bible that we are not to consume the fluid of another living thing. This is because when we soul suck, we absorb and embody that person's essence. That person's soul now becomes part of us. And it happens every single day. Okay? I am claiming and reclaiming that which belongs to me, and that is my soul. Now, I could go on forever about that one little topic, but hey, how's it going? I'm talking about Araman right now, and this is a demon that is supposed to incarnate this century in the 2000s. It is not talked about too much in today's world, but it is mentioned in ancient times. This is the spirit of opposition, basically. Every time somebody goes against you. So here's the buildup. I've figured it out on my walk now. We went from a pristine peoples to being invaded by Luciferian and Belial races that are both pretty much self-serving families of fallen angelics. Luciferians, they devour children. All right, they drink the blood of the innocent. I learned this tonight, and I've wrote about this. I want to say 7 years ago, 6 years ago, in a writing that I had made out of my own soul. It was called The Proverbs of Shira. I got a little bit of chastising for that one.
It's too biblical.
Oh, I don't care. Now, the writing I made, I'll say it again for Marin here. My beloved, when their thirst is no longer satisfied by the essence of blood, then they will be quenched by the taste of the sweet spirit. And that's basically soul harvesting. How it's done, I don't know, but it's basically, I'm feeling that it's along the lines of those who basically go against you. It's the government, you know, it's evident on the world right now, in fact. Wouldn't you say so yourself,
Most definitely.
Marin? Would you say so yourself?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I was talking to another friend tonight also during my lunch break. Man, that dog is fucking possessed. I swear to God. And
Weather like there in Arizona right now?
what's that?
What's the weather like there?
Oh shit! I spilled my drink. Anyways, somebody talked to me a little bit, and they said that discernment is getting harder to distinguish these days. And I said there is one definite distinguishment between angels and demons. And I don't care what anybody says. If you don't believe in God or the devil, or if you do, it's obsolete to say you don't believe, but yet you do believe in angels and demons. It cancels each other out. If you don't believe in God and the devil, then you can't believe in angels and demons. You can't be both. You know, we have to choose what side of the fence you're going to be on. And the one distinguishment that I know for sure from my soul itself is an angelic will never give you fragmented information. They will never keep information from you. They will give you as many details as they can possibly muster up of what they can remember, what they know, just like me. Like, I'm not bragging about being an angelic, but this is the difference that I've noticed in my own life and what I've encountered with many other people. I explain myself. If you look at my descriptions on most of my videos, these descriptions are detailed. They are long-winded. And that's what loses people most of the time, because they don't want to sit and read and learn something. You know, most of them don't even want to sit through these videos.
No idea what happened.
I have no idea what happened.
It's all right. Most people don't want to even like log in to watch these videos for very long. I look at my statistics and my analytics, and I have maybe 52 minutes of watch time on a 2-hour video. Most people are only watching 20 seconds of it. Like, they're scrolling through, and this is what I'm talking about. People are disregarding feeding their souls the sustenance that it needs in order for them to grow and understand and gain wisdom. All right. Now, my niece has a few songs that are spot on. And if it wasn't for people that she grew up with, she would be following the crowd of people that she doesn't like. All right. And this is distinguishment. Like, we have to stop the separation. We have to seriously, like, search our souls. I know I have a strong spirit. I know my guest here has a strong spirit. And there's definitely signs of chaos coming. If we look at the way we've progressed through history, we were at our peak at the Atlantean era. That's when we were at the most pristine, right before the invasions of the second time. See, the first invasions happened in Lemuria with the Electric Wars when they blew up the crystals and sunk the island. The second invasion was the fall of Atlantis, which was about 5 to 10,000 years later. And then my lineage goes all the way back to post cataclysm of Atlantis, which was at least 9,000 BC. And if we know our history, Atlantis fell at 10,500 BC, which leaves 500 years before my family emerged back out from hiding or whatever. So there's no way I'm near close to being like everybody else. I know I'm special. You know, I have to make a stand. I have to be loud about this, and I'm not gonna quit doing this anymore. I don't care what anybody wants to think about me, especially a single person, one single person. Their opinion means nothing to me.
You can't quit.
What's that?
You can't quit.
I can't quit. No. If I quit now, then forever I'll burn. I'm beyond the point of no return. If I turn back now, there's no coming back for me. You know, I would be considered a sellout. I'd be snitching on my homies, which are the other angelics that are still out here, and they do watch. Trust me, they are watching. Like you're one of them. I really don't care what somebody has to say about me giving other women money or whatever she wants to assume. Like that's my business. That's my business now. As far as I'm concerned, I am single. This person hasn't given a shit about me for a whole year. I'm pursuing my destiny. I'm grabbing my fucking life by its horns and I'm riding the bull home. You know what I'm saying? In a figure of speech type of way, because the bull is the bad guy in my opinion. But I'm gonna ride that beast all the way over to the other side, and I'm gonna kick the asses of all them fucking those in the spirit world, and I'm gonna address them. And we have to. That's what it says. Everything happens in heavenly places. It trickles down into the physical. If we do not address the spiritual world and the heavenly places where everything as above, so below, what is happening in heaven, in heavenly places, is going to happen here eventually. People that have diseasements, you know, like lupus or fibromyalgia, I actually looked it up in the spiritual sense. And it's depending on how you search. You know, I was like, in a spiritual viewpoint, does lupus and fibromyalgia caused from entity attachments? It could be a long search like that. My results were phenomenal.
Yeah?
Yes. It says most definitely. It is very highly likely that somebody can develop these ailments from having an entity attached to them. And I've been telling people, you know, if you're fatigued and out of energy for long periods of time, where you have to recuperate for days and days and days, and you're still tired and exhausted, you know, like I said earlier, there's only two possibilities for that logically. One is you're detoxing and you're doing a bunch of drugs and that's why you're tired, or you have an etherical being attached to you draining your soul energy. And if we know about spirit energy, soul energy, and ascended master consciousnesses, they are complete manifestations of consciousness. Like they figured it out. They create universes. And what happens when they create a world and throw life onto that world, they are giving some of their energy into that so that world can become life. All right. And
So when you manifested a change in your life, a healing can happen that can cure you from depression.
yes. If you're being attacked spiritually, then you're being drained of your soul power, basically. That's why it says in the Bible, do not consume the blood essence of another living thing, because that's where their soul resides, is in our DNA. And DNA is what? Part of our blood, part of our bones. And when we consume that from something else that's alive, living and breathing like you and I, we take on that from them. So we gain power, like the movie Highlander, where there can be only one Highlander.
One.
Right? So when that happens, this is why Luciferianism is such a bad thing. It's a self-service. It's all about power and control. But Ahriman is a demon that, what I understand of it is, he's the guard that is between. So he's the hound at the barrier between the living and the dead. Basically, is what I got out of the whole lesson. And he doesn't care what you think. It's only his way. It's kind of like when Jesus and Satan were standing next to God, and he says, well, I need these people to believe in me. And Satan was like, well, I will make them believe in you. Right? Without a choice. And then Jesus was saying, well, I will show them that they can believe in you by giving them a choice and demonstrating with the footwork, like you and I both do, the better way to be. I don't want to force anybody to like me. You know what I'm saying? If I have to force people into be followers or liking me or whatever, then I am malevolent. I kind of went the long route home because I had to type this up in the description and put my hashtags in the title box and all that. There's definitely some shit happening on the surface of this world.
Okay, can I ask you a dumb question?
Yes. There's no dumb questions.
There's no dumb question.
Okay. There's no questions you can ask me that I would think are dumb. Go ahead.
Here goes. Your cousin John.
Yes.
I believe has a hand in hand in God, my headphones is echoing.
Can't hear you. There, that's better. Holy cow. Is that because you got joined twice into this feed?
I don't know.
Let me see. I only see one of you in the feed. You got disconnected the first time. But anyway, my cousin John, what?
When I met John, my whole life changed. I stopped feeling depressed.
Yeah.
Explain that one.
You started feeling depressed?
I stopped feeling depressed.
Oh, stopped feeling depressed. That's because for 20 or so years, the whole world thought he was dead. You know, knowing deep down that he didn't die in a plane crash. You know, something told us. I didn't know this. I wasn't born yet. Well, 20 years ago, yes, I had been born yet. But people like you who have been following the Kennedys and Jackie Osini, right? Onassi family or whatever it is. You probably felt that devastation more so than a lot of other people because, you know, when JFK was assassinated, he had plans to expose a lot of the deep state and the nasty things that they do, and it's like the media said he died in a plane crash, shot in the head, and it wasn't even true. Maybe, I don't know. He's obviously alive. I don't want to discredit the man quite yet because I don't know him yet. I haven't went to see him. I still wait for him to reply to my texts that I sent him tonight. I sent him the Secret Covenant. I sent him a proverb that I wrote off the top of my heart.
Hit him up on TikTok.
I will. I did. I sent him messages on TikTok tonight.
Okay, he's probably busy.
What's that?
He's probably busy.
Or sleeping.
You're one of the two.
Yeah. I know that since I hit my waking moments, I don't sleep all that much. When I'm actually doing the work, I don't sleep all that much. I am a night owl as it is, and I'm pretty determined that I know what I'm talking about when I'm in touch with these things. And the one thing that brings me out of it quicker than dog shit is somebody angry, making me angry, trying to scare me. Fear will be the quickest thing to knock somebody down off of their high consciousness state. It's fear. And that's why the governments do that to us. Is the wars are for fear. The pandemic was for fear. It's a fear-based social construct that they got going on here. I'm trying to choose my words wisely. Like one-on-one, I can speak it how I feel it because I'm not going to get a whole bunch of hatred from my friends one-on-one. But when I'm on live like this, I have to really be careful of what I talk about and what I say, because one more strike and I'm out. You know, I have to start a whole new channel. I would have to either that or wait forever. So we can't talk about the jabs. We can't talk about certain things blatantly. But we can be ambiguous and code it in there, and the algorithm ain't gonna catch that shit, you know. But you know,
I just think we need to stick to context of what we're talking about.
Yeah. So the Devourer of Souls, his name is Ahriman, Ahriman, and even speaking that name gives him power. You know, his fourth incarnation is this century. I almost want to say that he's responsible for the slaughters in the Old Testament, because all those earthly people that were closer to God than we are now, obviously, when the fallen came here and slaughtered everybody, destroyed our temples, destroyed our iron bells that warded off evil, killed all the boys and the men, the seeds of the righteous, the renowned of old, right? And when this happened, they left the women for the breeding pots. Basically, the seeds of the renowned are dead. We got the renowned women left. So now we've got these fallen angelics, these demons that are now the new seeds that are going to be spread around the earth, and that's how they took over. They took our divine women, killed off the divine men with force, of course, numbers, probably strength in numbers, infiltration, um, slandering the tribes to each other, causing them to fight. You know, these things are they're parasitic entities. You know, there is a way to beat them, and I'm figuring that out slowly. But you know, hopefully not too late. But there's I can honestly say I can heal people, not like you think I can heal you, but the information that I hold within my genes is healing energy. It's healing knowledge. Knowing this stuff is powerful. Um, I mean, you're a firsthand witness of it. Like you were in a bad spot when you started watching my teachings, and now you pulled yourself out of it. I don't know how I had that ability, but I was just speaking from my heart. You know, uh, using my discernment, looking at the world and how it is, and nobody nobody really looks out for one another anymore. And that's the first signs when everyone started going selfish. You know, I can't say ego anymore because ego is driven by spirit. So whenever I get called egotistical, I'm going to be like, thank you very much, thank you for noticing. You know, um, but I can't really go home yet because I'm on the middle of this. But like, there's definitely some stuff gonna happen soon. I'm not trying to spread fear. That's not what I'm about. I am trying to raise awareness to the life-threatening. God damn these cars! That's all distractions right there. That shit is happening on purpose. It's fucking 5 o'clock in the morning. Who really gets up right now? Lots of people actually, but like it's like they've been following me the whole night since I got off work when I started making this video. And now there's a loud ass garbage truck coming by, trying to drown out my voice. You know, it's I learned that from the XX when she had that Chris guy coming over, who I thought was a good homie, and he told me like, "See, hear that noise? You know why you keep getting blown up right now?" And I was like, "Why?" He's like, "Because we're learning stuff. We are learning important information, and that phone keeps blowing up to interrupt us and derail our thought process. That's why it happens. It's the powers that be. They're tapping all of our phones. We know the CIA, the federal government, taps all our phones. You know, they want to know who we are. They already know, but they want to see what we're talking about. You know, they get our plans by us giving it to them. Basically, we talk about all of our shit on Facebook and on social medias. You know, like I have to address that too. All that is harvesting. It's all harvesting. We have to learn or develop the awareness to this threat, because once the incarnation of this demon is manifest, we have to figure out a way to deal with it without being harvested. So it's like we can't ignore it. If it approaches us, it's going to be like follow me or die type of scenario. Um, Imagine like the blood god type thing. Anybody he touches, he's sucking their soul. It's like the movie Warcraft, where where uh, I forget his name, but the necromancer guy, he harvests souls by going, and he fucking just sucks the life right out of people, and then They used those souls in the movie to power the Stargate in order to get here. So they used the souls of the innocent as magic to power this evil gate to get here. You know, that's what they showed in the movie, but it's depicting the same concept of what we got going on. You know, like I don't look at movies as entertainment. I look at movies as clues, mockeries. And so we really have to discern the difference. Like I said, angelics will tell you everything you need to know that's important at the time, and a demon will not. They will be subtle. They will have you questioning stuff. If you have to question them, like I'm confused. What do you mean? And then they'll be like, it is what it is. It's what I meant. Think about it. Like I don't want to. I want you to tell me. You know, that's the difference between demons and angels. Like the dark doesn't want to tell on itself. You know, an angel will be honest all the time, even if he's in the wrong. Oh, okay, I was mistaken. I admit that. I will own that. You know, that's what we need. We need the spirit. The Holy Spirit is what keeps us in that state where we have the ability to understand when we were wrong, when we do someone else wrong, when we are mean. We are the first ones to apologize for our actions and how we treat other people. If it's treating them poorly, because, you know, righteous rage is a real thing. You know, come at me sideways, demon. I will show you the rage of God. You know what I'm saying? We're all little pieces of God. And we have to keep the word with God and not these men on the earth. Because I got goosebumps so many times tonight. It's unbelievable how accurate I was speaking earlier. It was fresh. And that's what I was telling Shannon. Not Shannon Boomgard, Shannon Gilms. Shan, she's the one that's been attacked by Draco for the last 7 years. And she's the one that told me that it's been getting more difficult to discern what these things are. And I was like, and I told her that. The easiest, most defined method of finding out if they're good or bad is the subtlety, or the volunteering information rather than withholding information. And I keep telling other people that are waking up to their spiritual aspects, I'm like, now, be aware of fragmented info. You know, if I have any type of doubt about what I'm going to talk about, I will add comments into the description or into the comment section after the video or during the video, like I did with this one, where I'm actually trying to go with it. You know, what I truly mean, I will write out in detail, because it's harder for me to explain the depth of what I'm trying to convey, you know? And so that's why I'm such a good writer. I can write manifestos that are magical. I was giving people goosebumps down here at the fucking park when I first moved here. I was reading my manifestos to the homeless people that were living in the yard at the Heritage Library down here. And there was a whole group of people. It was like sermon time. I'm not like, yeah, I guess I was a street minister at that point. And everybody was getting goosebumps. They were starting to cry. Like, I was touching their souls with my words. I was healing those people. I don't know how well I was. I didn't last very long with it, but I and they were asking me questions. They were like, "What is that? That sounds really familiar." I was like, "That's because it's an ancestral wound that I'm bringing up and I'm elaborating it." You know, that's when we have nightmares and shit, and we are literally suffering ancestral curses and demons, and it's up to us now to break these habits, to break these curses, or our children have to fight these wars within themselves. You know, if we can't put an end to these generational demons or whatnot, then it is up to them, without any knowledge whatsoever, to fight these battles in the unseen realm that our generation today, the youngsters, have no knowledge of whatsoever what a spirit or a ghost is. I can guarantee it. They're all stuck glued to the fucking video games and rotting their brain, not learning shit but how to shoot people on video games. You know what I'm saying? Like, we really have to teach our children today, not next week, but we need to start introducing, you know, it is a fact that the human eye can only see 9% of the light spectrum. That's 99%. That's 91% of the light that we cannot see. So that there's lots of things that exist in that 91% of the light that we cannot see. Does that make sense? Because it's true. Our brain, we only use maybe 10% of our brain. Imagine if we could use 99% of our brain, what we could accomplish as a human being, you know? And imagine, like, we can only see 9% of the light spectrum, leaving 91% of all the entities that exist beyond our physical sight. So that's a lot that is out there that could possibly feed on us without us even knowing about it. That's why I say the archons are real. The natives called them wetico. It's a mind parasite. It attaches to your etherical body, which is energy. Ether is energy, the mana, right? If we deplete our mana of our own soul, we are done. We don't get to come back and do it again and fight another fight. We are done, depleted, space dust. Boof, we're done. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. You know, I have to urge people, because part of this Ariman demon is, first, it's to slowly get people attached to the physical material world, and in turn the lack and the complete in the void of any spiritual knowledge or spiritual connection to themselves and other people. It'll leave us looking for our family on the other side. We'll find them, but we won't be able to understand them. It'll be like, you know, like a different, completely foreign language. Even though we're speaking to each other, it won't happen. We won't understand each other. It's like me going to Mexico and trying to talk with a Mexican, not knowing any Spanish. Yeah, okay. I recognize you. I feel your energy. I recognize you. I know you, but I can't speak your language. Does that, you know what I'm saying?
Unless you guys talk to a girl by name Erica Derrickson.
Yeah.
She lives in Guatemala.
Huh. I'm a long-winded motherfucker, huh? I have these feelings inside myself, and I can't ignore them. And if I do, I become irritated. I become, you know, angry and bitter, and I start lashing out at people that are close to me, and like, you know, and I can't do that. That's part of the Luciferian bloodlines too, and the frequencies that they're bombarding us all with. And I live in the desert, and one thing about frequencies is they thrive in dry, hot, barren areas. It's like Arizona is the biggest testing ground. That's why they have so many people living here. I'm not going to speak too loud right now. There's a bunch of people across the street listening to me talk, and I don't want anybody to think I'm fucking crazy, but I don't really care. The crazy ones are the ones that ain't fucking pursuing their spiritual life. Ooh, let's all get as much spoils in our houses as we can. You know, I've always adhered to what I was suggested to do from way back when.
We are living in days of Sodom Gomorrah.
Oh yeah, exactly. And I believe that.
I'm still echoing,
Not on my end, you're not.
but I am at this end.
I hear you. Yes, I hear. Try turning down your speakers. I think it's picking up. I think it's picking up your speakers, and then recording the sound back through the speakers again.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's usually what happens.
Hang on, man.
I got a phone call during this podcast, and I didn't answer it, and then they gave me a question mark. I'm like, I'm sorry.
I didn't turn up my hearing aids.
Uh-oh. Well, you can turn up your headphones and turn your mic down and your speakers down.
There's no way to turn the speakers down. It's wide in.
Well, you don't even need the speakers if you have a headset on. You know? Oh shit! Damn it!
Is that better?
Yeah, that's way better. I left one of my earpods on my shopping cart at work. I'm gonna lose that earbud. Damn it. Well, maybe. I hope. That is a bad day, yeah, because that's like one of my methods when I'm walking and doing podcasting or talking with you, and I don't want everybody to hear the other person I'm talking to what they're saying, so I put a headset on, so what you say isn't being broadcasted through my speaker on my phone or my Bluetooth speaker, so I will change it to my headset so nobody hears what I'm talking about, only what I say, and not the feedback that I'm getting from my guests or whatever. I'm still kind of new to interviewing people or talking with people on here, so I'm sorry if I'm talking too much. I'll let you have a turn now, so I'll shut up. I'm going to shut up now.
I'm just advising everything you've been teaching.
All right. I'm getting it back. I've been oppressed and suppressed for 6 years, and I'll get it back here real quick.
If I don't find a way to get over there, kick your ass.
I mean, even talking about it's giving the energy back to them.
You don't think I won't find a way?
Who?
You don't think I'll find a way to get over there?
Well, I'm pretty much over it. You know, I have the gift of a silver tongue. If I wanted it that bad, it would happen. But in a way, I want it to be done and over with. But there's a part of my heart that still is connected there. And that's that cord you told me to cut earlier. You know, I got to sever that. I got to sever that last little string.
Oh, God. Hang on.
Yep.
Just to tell you if I don't want to talk to you. Okay. Keep talking.
The heartstrings are really hard to repair. So, like, I'm a critical thinker. I'm an analyst. When I make a decision, it's final. So I'm taking my time with it. And yeah, I'm getting bruised in the process, but I will heal my heart after
Okay,
everything's
Christopher, I
done.
need to say something.
Go ahead.
Part of my heart is only with you and John.
Yeah, that's good.
It's weird.
That's good though, because we're connecting on things that are important, you know. And not very many people even care about spirit anymore. It's not valuable to them. It's the most valuable commodity known to the existence of the human soul. You know, there's a soul and a spirit. I call it a spirit soul because they're supposed to be joined as one.
Part of me belongs in Arizona.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Because you feel like you're part of this, you know. Maybe, I don't know. That's just an assumption.
Part of it. More like
why? We're family. That's why. And family isn't always blood. I feel family with you. It's just.
Touched me with that message you sent me this morning.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The little video message or what?
Just a positive reinforcement
yeah.
Audio thing.
Yeah. Okay.
It was about, you know, I'm stronger than I realise.
I'm stronger than you realized, or you're stronger than you realized? Or the words were stronger.
It was a positive reinforcement audio.
Right, yeah. Shit, I don't even remember. My days are melding
John
together.
knew what he was doing.
John what?
I think John knew what he was doing.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to feel him out, man. I know he's my family, but
I feel a strong connection to your cousin.
Yeah. If my calculations are right, and if my intuition is spot on like I know it is, I don't listen to anything external really. I mean, people that are important to me, I take their advice, but I don't connect with anything external because everything I need to know is already right here, you know? It's already on the tablets of my heart. I just have to access it. And the more DNA that we activate and open up, the more information comes flooding into our consciousness. And that's what increases our abilities and our power, our knowledge. It makes us unstoppable at the end. And I think that's really like one of the biggest clues of one, defeating the enemy or our oppressors. Two, the keys to the kingdom are already within you, and the keys that open these windows are hidden in our DNA. There's 12, we're capable of 12 strands of double helix DNA. There's 12 fire letters per strand of DNA. So 12 times 12 is 144.
It's medical science.
Huh?
That's medical science.
It's spirit science.
Okay.
Yeah, it's spirit science. Because what's connected, we don't have a soul unless we have genetics capable of holding a soul. You know, spirituality.
Yeah, well, what if my grandfather's family's related to your family?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Would it be possible?
It could be very possible. We got to remember, Lemuria and Atlantis were the two biggest continents on the world back then. And when Lemuria sank, a lot of those people, they went to Australia. And a lot of those people went up to China and parts of North America. And then when Atlantis was attacked, those refugees went to Egypt and the southern states. The hot zone is right there in the Gulf of Mexico. That's the hot zone of Atlantis. That's where they found all the artifacts and the statues, and the Bermuda Triangle is actually where the Stargate is located. That's why there's so many anomalies that happen there. That's one of the ascension portals. Yeah, it's one of the ascension portals that the keys to the kingdom will be able to access, but we can't swim and hold our breath that long anymore. But there's one right here in Sedona. But we can't just like go to its location and use it. We have to attune to it. So we have to go through attunement and activate up to that point. So if this Stargate here is Stargate 7, we have to activate 7 strands in order to use it. So on and so forth. The halls of Amenti were a hallway of all the Stargates in one hallway, but you couldn't use every single door unless you were activated up to the point where that door is. That's how the keys work. And they won't teach the masses that, because that's their plan, is to infiltrate our genetics so they gain access to these portals, and then they kill us all off. I gotta turn this down. I'm going inside. I'm cold. What up, man? I'm making a podcast. Get my key out of my bag. Yep, I have my own place.
Okay. Isn't it good to be in your own place?
I mean, it's in somebody's house, but it's my own room. I pay for this room. Don't mind my bed, but I have everything I need. I got my food. I got my totes with my clothes and my dry food in them. I got a microwave. I used to have a fridge, but we're thawing it out because the freezer froze too deep, and so it cut off the cold flow to the fridge, and the fridge warmed up, and I was going through like 2 gallons of milk a freaking week because they were getting warm. And so I took the fridge out and let it thaw out some, and I haven't brought it back inside yet. But anyways, hello viewer, how are you?
I'm still here.
We're an hour into this podcast. If anybody else wanted to join, they could actually join, but I think I'm going to put the link in the chat. I mean, it should show up in the chat. There's a link if anybody wants to join this feed. We're at Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Anybody want to add on the conversation of the demon of the soul harvest? It's like, I knew this shit was real. Like, I've wrote about it. I was just starting to make a poem about a year ago called The Harvesting, or The Harvesters. And like, I gotta get my other phone out so I can read what I wrote, because I can't window out on this, or else it's gonna boot me from the feed, and then I'd have to get back in, and then the whole feed will go black, and everyone will think it's over. And I'm not trying to do that quite yet. So I'm gonna get this phone out. It's my old phone. I cracked the screen by accident. It was freezing up really bad because I seriously thought and think still that someone's trying to backdoor my phone and hack into my shit. So let me find this stuff. Okay. Oh no.
Did you see the video on John's ancestry DNA test?
What's that?
Your cousin John has a video on one of his DNA tests he had done the other week. The Kennedys are mostly from Germany.
Yeah, he's got a video about. Like, you went really quiet all of a sudden.
Okay, that's weird.
Like, I want people to ask questions that are in the feed or in the view watching this video. I would really like people to start asking questions because I have answers, and that's usually how I elaborate more. If you want to
And
learn,
your cousin John's going to have is
My
hiring
cousin-
a lawyer to take these tests to court to prove that he is who he is in the weeks to
Yeah.
come.
Oh, that's right. I turned
That's
it
going to
down,
be
didn't I?
interesting.
Now
Are you
it's-
actually planning on going to see your cousin when he gets to the White House?
I'm planning on it. I start my vacation on the 5th for 4 days.
Yeah, I'm talking about when he gets to the White House.
Fuck yeah, I'll try. I'll try to get over there. If he doesn't bring me with him, I don't know. This world needs a spiritual. This world needs a spiritual leader. Like, there's not enough people connecting with their inner selves. They're going too material and too physical, and that's Luciferianism. And then it's further than that. It's the name title of this video, and it's Araman. He is a soul harvester. He doesn't want you to be teaching people. That's why they suppress it. They suppress the knowledge so we don't learn these things. And I really have a firm connection with what is true and what is not. Like, I have a flawless spirit of discernment, especially when it comes to information. No, I do not read hardly anything.
Spiritual teacher?
What?
Do you think you'll be the next spiritual teacher?
I could definitely, yes, because like you told me years ago, Marin, like, I am teaching the same things that he taught, and I wasn't trying to claim that status. I wasn't, but that channel got sabotaged and renamed a bunch of shit. But all the videos are still there. Every writing that I've ever posted on that channel are still there. And the one video is read the comment section. Is what it says. The name of the video is I urge you all to read the comments. And if you look through my channel subscriptions on this channel in YouTube, you will see it's a alpha omega triangle. It's upside down like this, and there's rainbow colors go up it, and it's the different levels of energy. The lower chakras, the higher chakras, and the lower ones are like fear, anger, all that stuff, resentment, judgment, courage is even the lower chakra. But then it goes to the middle, and then as you get up higher in the spectrum, the very top is serenity. It's even further higher than love, because when you're serene, it's just everything. Even the bad guys, you love them too, Uh, but we do have to seriously thin out their influence. That's what I don't want to kill anybody. I just want to influence people in a positive light, you know. Um, and I know I'm not right about everything, but I do have a gift of knowing, and I listen to the will, which is mother's energy, and then the spirit is father's energy. So Father, Mother, Holy Spirit. They took the feminine aspect completely out of the equation
because they want nothing but masculine energy, which is what our main needs the alpha mind states, the the masculine, because just like Lucifer, he's incarnated 3 times before, and preceding it's always preceding the next Messiah that reincarnates, like Shiva and Krishna, the Atlantean. Edgar Casey even was a reincarnate of an Atlantean, one of the best, most powerful psychics of our century, and all the readings he did for people were based in Atlantis. Over 9,000 readings. That's pretty amazing gift. Past life regressions and all that. I mean, I'm not that good, but I just I can pick up on information that resonates with my soul because I'm listening to my complete, like, the unity that I'm forming within myself. Like, I'm trying to put the ocean back together, the 2 lobes of the brain. Yes.
So you believe in reincarnation?
Oh, fuck. Yeah, of course.
Oh, cool.
Of course I do. It's all about, how do you think that the Naguals, or that's an ascended master, or the Aeoni priests, how did they know so much? We used to live
Here's a
thousands
kicker
of
for
years.
you.
Huh?
Here's the kicker for you.
Well, we used to live hundreds of
I
thousands
know
of
who I was in a previous life.
You know who you were in a previous life? That's cool. Hey, guess what? There's no wrong way to eat a Reese's.
Me and
Me and
Bradley
Bradley
were
were
great
great
friends.
friends.
Who?
Me and
Me and
Bradley.
Bradley.
Powers?
Mm.
Yeah. I miss Barry. I haven't seen him in a long time.
You were
You were
another
another
familiar
familiar
face
face
from another
from another
time.
time.
This is a crazy writing. We will heal your mind from the MK Ultra implants. We will heal your heart from the wicked one's abuses. I will heal the land, and the sick shall also be healed of their ailments. From the bugs in their veins, the blood of the angelics will overpower the blood of the fallen. I have huge plans to also be of history books. As the lineage of our fallen kin, we shall wake the world to an ancient but very real threat. The factions of government are of the same entity. They are of fallen angelic families. Doubled in appearance, monstrosities of abominations, soulless, dead, lacking that of which bestowed within them spirit of 3 wise men. We must raise morale and conscious awareness of the beasts that rose from the tainted waters of clouded seas, the Illuminati, the Leviathan, right? Um, and the Leviathan rose from the waters. It says, but the water in a spiritual sense is that's where the spirit comes from, is the water, the giving of life. It brings life, and so they mixed. Okay, Shannon. Shan. I have to reply to her. Sorry. Um, go to my Facebook cognizant. So there is hope for those who follow not the larger path where the many lost sheep are kept as docile mutes, hearing their prayers I do for the Savior to return to defeat the many beasts that have devoured our young. Araman is the demon's name because he devours souls now. And my proverb was exactly like that. And I will post that in the chat also. I'm going to start writing again, and these are going to be very intrinsic. They're going to be deep. Um, Heed these proverbs of mine. I am of true royal lineage. The Queen of Scotland is of direct ascendant, which means before me. My lineage can be traced back to before Egypt, near the fall of Atlantis. Post cataclysm, survivors are of evidence in the ways our kingdom of highly renowned people. We are of angelic descent. I have always been a good person, and I still get much hatred and many toxic-lipped replies of reluctance. By being a devout, faithful servant of the Almighty Creator, Father of the universe, and the all-giving Earth Mother, those of your kin who trespass against the children of the light, Lord of the dirt and maggots, named many a name, but Baal or Baal being most common. Those who wish to devour are capable of being condemned. First of all, I have never denied my actions or my behavior. Anything I unintentionally do wrong accompanied by a feeling of guilt or conviction of me being the wrongdoer, I own up to that, whether it be calling someone a name, thinking wrong, acting wrong, glancing at a gorgeous woman. If I'm with somebody, there's a difference. I don't have, it didn't all post, but I'm going to post that much of it. Um, Let me see if I can fix that somehow. Um, I was talking. Oh, hold on. All right, she said thumbs up. Um, Dang it. Let me go over to the brand real quick. Let me see if I can upload the video. I tried to do it earlier and it wouldn't actually upload all the way. So um, this one's interesting as heck. This is Tony Evans is really good. I'm gonna upload that. Whoops, that video is too big. 10 minutes is the maximum length. Ah, ain't that a bitch. Let's see, I have a shorter part. Here we go. We'll do this one. Tony Evans is a pastor. He's very convicting in his the way he speaks of the gospel and the scriptures. He breaks it down. This particular clip that I'm uploading now is about um oh Jesus, I can't remember. It's the Jezebel spirit. And so much will resonate. I guarantee it.
Mitzi. Hello.
My bad. My bad. My bad. My bad. That was an accident. YouTube, Facebook, Christopher Shire Podcast. For those of you who would like to watch on Facebook, under my podcast page, here is the link to that. To my podcast site on Facebook. It's not a complete different profile. It is linked and connected to my main profile. It's a group basically. So I don't have multiple Facebook accounts. I have one account that has 3 or 4 other little page accounts connected to it, which it's basically like switching a profile, but you're not switching an account. You know what I'm saying? Are we even still live? Damn it. I got booted. I guess I got booted, y'all. Really? I hope I didn't get booted. You guys still see me on the feed? It's not even showing me anything. Great. It means it's going to crash on me again. Ugh. Did you get in, Shan? Oh, there you are. Sweet. Hi. I had Marin in here with me, but I windowed out and I went to go upload a clip and I went offline, and so she hasn't come back yet. Um, I still have the video I made for your experience back in fucking November of last year, or the beginning of this year, when you were gonna come on my show and talk about your experience. I still have that introduction that I made for you. It's still uploaded, ready to go. So whenever you want, it's still available. Cool. Uh, Go ahead and share it around if you want. Um, there's a lot of things I would like to talk about. That's my code for my channel. Evils Amongst Us. That's season 3. This is my 3rd year. Tomorrow, sure. I'm open until 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Sliver, what do we got going on here? How's it going there, sir? Ma'am?
Nice.
Nice.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Passenger
Passenger
item
item
Robles
Robles
AG
and
AG
Dummy
AG.
You know what we're talking about
Bye
here?
guys.
Bye guys.
See ya. There was definitely a voice enhancer thing. I could hear the guy in the background behind the voice uh, alternator thing. Um, so I was talking a little bit about the writing I made about this Araman guy that's supposed to be incarnating here this century, and how 6 years ago I wrote uh, something pretty deep. I named it the Proverbs of Shira, and I was told it sounded too biblical. But nowadays, I don't give a crap if it sounds biblical or not. I think we need to integrate that again into the schools, and anything we can do to end Luciferianism. You know what bothers people? I'll let you in on a secret. You do that to like the reptilians, they get fucking pissed. Blink your eyes really quick. They don't like it. It bothers them. They get irritated. Stop doing that. I think I'm gonna go outside and have me a cigarette. Um, I'm gonna have to download TikTok again on my other phone because I wrote John Kennedy, my cousin or uncle or whatever. So yeah, they've definitely killed off God a lot. And I mean, I believe, but it's not external. I know that they've made everything external when it's supposed to be right here. I've always thought that the spirit resides in the gut too, because like trust your gut, and um, oh yes, that's what I want right here. I'm hungry. I just got home from work not too long ago, and so I'm like, I usually buy something to eat on my way home, but I'm getting down there, and I need to either pay for my phone or buy a test to see if I'm gonna pass the normal one. That I'm getting tested at work, and I'm not sure if I'm clean off of marijuana all the way. So that's how honest the angelics are. We don't hold anything back. I I'm not bragging, but I'm a different kind of human. I'm a I'm only a monster when I have to be. That's something Jordan Peterson says too. Know when to be a monster and when to keep that monster in check. But in order to beat a monster, you have to become a bigger and badder monster. But as long as you put that monster back in his room when he's done, you know, utilizing his abilities to overthrow the monsters that are currently here, you know, I'm not I can't be sitting around on my butt anymore knowing that I've known my whole life that I'm royal blood. Grandma has the family tree book. How many people do you know have a family tree book? Come on. I speak for myself. I don't know about anybody else, but we have a family tree book in my family. It goes further back than Bloody Mary or Mary Queen of Scots. And they've been picking us off for centuries. I'm related to the Kennedys. I'm related to Abraham Lincoln. Daniel Boone. You know who Daniel Boone was, right? You know what he did? He traveled the country and he wore a raccoon hat. So he hunted raccoons and he wore their skins as a hat. But guess what? I passed a pack of raccoons the other day and they all had Daniel Boone hats on. I don't know my blood type. Most likely, because the negative RH factor is usually the ones that are in tune with this kind of stuff. So I might be. I've never known what it is. I've only been this way since 2016 when I got activated to a point that I got pulled out of my body. No shit. Straight up like pulled out. I was like up in the top of the room looking down like this at everybody. There was three people in the room. I counted three bodies. And it was like I was a little fly up at the top on the light looking down at everybody. And it was, I don't know, 20 or 30 seconds it lasted, and then I was back in my body again. And I tell you what, the intensity of that, nothing compares. No hallucinogen, no carnival ride, no amount of adrenaline even came close to being like that. But I'm going to try to do this at least once a day. And I have to urge everybody to have a balanced diet. Try to eat more greens and fruit over red meat. You know, like fish is okay. Um, but I can't stress that enough. Like processed foods, like anything from Mondelez or Monsanto, gotta stay away from those. Try to eat as much organic food as you can, um, because I was watching a TikTok the other day, and this woman had a bowel movement, and she was talking about it, and she called it the Dorito parasite. Not like the Doritos, but the shape of it looked like a Dorito. It was shaped like this. This is the point. So it's shaped like this. All this was hollow, right? So I broke. I was gonna try to hollow this part out. So kind of like this. On one end there was a like a balloon. On the other end there was like a suction cup looking thing. In the middle of its back there was a barbed hook, and all of this open area was white tentacles everywhere. And she said she was doing a teaspoon of borax. Yeah, right. A teaspoon of borax every day in her tea, and the day that she wasn't paying attention, she had accidentally grabbed a tablespoon of borax instead of a teaspoon. And the next time she went to the bathroom, it was sitting in the bottom of the toilet. It wouldn't flush, and it was alive, or partial alive. I mean, a parasite only comes out when it's dead. So um, she said they looked everywhere on the internet. She even sent it to her friend in Italy to look it up, and they couldn't find anything on it either. But it was an orange in color. But then somebody shared something with her a while back down the road from when this happened, and what did they say? Damn it! Oh, they finally found some ancient Celtic scribings, and the depiction of the damn thing was on one of their their carvings. It looked just like what she had in the jar. Oh shit! So that means the English had to have done something else in Scotland to, curse the remaining angelics that were hiding out. That there's a Freemason Scottish Rite thing. I'm not a firm believer in Illuminists. Oh yeah, that's one of my flag words is Illuminati. Do not type it in the chat. It will not post your comment. Um, I really don't care if I get a big red target on my back. At this point in time, we're living in the days of Noah, Sodom and Gomorrah, and Babylon will fall. And my sister, if anybody knows her, it's a light in the darkness on TikTok. A dot light dot in the dot darkness. And she makes videos. Yesterday I watched her video about Babylon and how it's not such a tiny minor aspect that we need to worry about, because even though there's not much in the back to do, there's a lot of footwork, there's a lot of internal work, there's a lot of crown work that we have to work on. I mean, I'd be willing to teach or educate more, like, because I don't teach anything, I just educate. I don't like, you better do it this way. I'll teach you a lesson. you know uh, I'm just speaking of what resonates with me is all. No, haven't met nobody yet. I wouldn't doubt it. I'm not surprised. Yep. all the time. No, I won't condone that. Huh? You wouldn't either? You would or you wouldn't? Yeah. Sauce and red, please. No, it's hotter than it is there. Oh, it's hotter, way hotter than it is here. Okay, they had more value then. How can I tell if she's always on her brain? Right up until that point, I was ignorant to it. That's what I meant. Like, all is lost again. We look at it as emotionally involved. No, I call them lost souls. Ah, shit. Mm. Mm. Yep.
Oh man.
Yeah, me too. I'll see you.